5 reasons why today Seattle is still one of the fastest growing cities in the country. Hey, this is Jonathan Lent with Coldwell Banker Bain, and I'm a real estate agent here in Seattle area. But more than that, I'm a son, I'm a husband, I'm a loyal friend, and I have a lot of other hobbies that I'm interested in. But I am a real estate agent. I love working in this area. I love Seattle. I lived here for a long time. I want to make a video of why I think so many people are moving here and why I think it's a great opportunity for anyone to move here. If you need help relocating or finding a home in Seattle or selling your home in Seattle, I would love to help. Please reach out, and with any questions you have, the opportunity to help you would be just wonderful. It's what I do. If this is the first video of mine you're watching, I really appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe, even comment, let me know how it goes. I would really appreciate it. It helps my channel a lot. It helps me a lot. It motivates me to make more videos, and it knows that people are watching and appreciate the feedback. So if you could just take 2 seconds and do that, I would really appreciate it. Thank you. And again, if you've seen a couple of my videos, appreciate you coming back. It means a lot. I haven't made one in a while, but I want to get back on doing that because they're fun to make. I just kind of took a lapse and took us on vacation and stuff, but I'm going to start making more videos. So subscribe, hit that bell, and you'll get notified when I make videos. A lot of times they're very up to the moment, important to know in that day. And so if you want to stay up to the date on the newest homes that I'm going to tour or real estate updates or any of that stuff, just get notified and you'll be in the know. So let's get started. The number one reason, I think a lot of people will agree, it's probably going to be the job opportunities. There's so many huge tech companies here: Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, Google, all the big players are here. And there's a ton of startups here too. A lot of my friends work at those little startups, so those can be really, really great jobs as well. So there's just a lot of opportunity in the tech world, and even outside of that, there's so many industries in Seattle. There's so much art and creativity and music and just a wide range of things that people want to come here to be a part of. So I think a lot of people get moved here for their jobs, but I can see that in a good way. And I think a lot of people move here in search of better opportunities. And I think Seattle can really provide that. A lot of those jobs you get to work remote, so you can travel within the city or even outside of the city. I have friends that rent an Airbnb in Portland and hang out for a little bit, or travel to Mexico, and you can still work from home, which is great. And then the offices in Seattle are beautiful and gorgeous, and you can hang out there too. So there's just a lot of job opportunities within and outside of the tech world. So a lot of people get moved up here, but I think a lot of people voluntarily move to Seattle. So that's definitely a thing to consider when moving to Seattle. There's just so much opportunity. I know a ton of people that are hiring and need jobs. So there's just easy to flourish here with jobs. Another thing that I really love about Seattle is probably going to be the balance of greenery within the city itself. There's so much nature everywhere. There's trees and flowers and plants growing in the street wherever you go. Doesn't feel like just concrete and dust, and there's a lot to look at. It's not just a flat desert either. There's mountains in the background. You can see Mount Rainier. You can see different mountains in the background. You can see, depending where you are, it's just a lot to look at. And then even within the city, there's just plants and trees everywhere, and it's just really, really pretty. I really do have come to appreciate that about Seattle, which I know a lot of places have that, but I just really enjoy that. It doesn't feel like such a big city when there's plants and stuff growing in between, and it gives it kind of a smaller feeling. I live in the middle of the city, and it just feels like a smaller community. It doesn't feel like I'm stuck in this huge city and just surrounded by people and buildings and go. The nature kind of breaks things up, and yeah, it's really peaceful. It's calm, fresh air. I love plants myself. I have a ton in my place, but it's really nice thing about the city, I think. Something else, as we're today's not great. We're kind of getting out of summer, but I'm gonna say that the weather here is actually not bad compared to some other parts of the world. It's not too extreme in either way. It's not super hot. It doesn't get super cold. The coldest I remember being here was 19, and that was like years ago. Normally it gets maybe like low 30s, maybe 29 or so, but it's not super extreme. And it doesn't get as hot. I think it hit 100 a couple times over the last couple of years, but this summer it's been, it'll hit 90 or 92 every once in a while, but once or twice a year. It's pretty temperate all the time. It'll snow for maybe 2 days a year, and it doesn't get blasting ridiculously hot, like I said. So it's very temperate as far as the temperature goes. I know you're automatically thinking about the rain, which is true. It does rain here. Not as much as people think. I think the average, our rain is much lower than a lot of places. It just it's more consistent, I guess. It's like a light sprinkle, which is annoying, but it's definitely not a reason to not move here. I would rather have a mild, even temperature throughout the year rather than really extremes on both ends of summer and winter. And within that, we also get the seasons, which I really like. Fall is so pretty, all the leaves changing colors and stuff. And the 1 or 2 days of snow is kind of fun as long as you are safe about it. And the summers here are just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to say the weather is a plus. And if that is something that is important to me, and if it's a reason that you're not going to move to Seattle, that's just kind of crazy. At least give it a shot. And then in the winter, when it is bad, just take a vacation and go to Miami or something. But it's very bearable, I promise. Kind of the same lines within that, there's just so much to do here as far as outdoor stuff. We live near a bunch of water. There's oceans and lakes everywhere, so there's a ton of water activities. Like I mentioned, we kind of live close to mountains, so there's a bunch of snow activities, snowing and skiing, and even just going up there and hang out if you don't snowboard. I used to go and just look at the view and hang out, and it's actually really great. There's tons of hikes and trails in every direction. You just kind of have to drive out there, but there's really good hikes within an hour drive. So there's a ton of outdoor stuff to do. So as much as you're in the city, you can easily escape, even if you're not in Seattle and you're a suburb or something. It has a city feel, but you can easily get out of that city, and there's so many different landscapes and so many different climates that you can venture out to pretty easily, and it just makes it really, really fun to get out of the city if you need to. There's so many different things you can do. Something else I like about Seattle that is not necessarily Seattle specific, but no estate income tax, which is great. So I get to keep more of my money. Going back to job opportunities, there's a lot of them here. The average annual income is pretty high, and so you get to keep more of that money that you should be able to keep. And you're working and earning your money, and you get to keep more of it here. Although our state sales tax is a little bit higher, it definitely makes up for it by not having a state income tax. So just a little thing, but something to consider, definitely, compared to like California, where a lot of that money gets taken away. Seattle, not so much. There's other taxes and weird stuff that you kind of get fined for, like our license plate tabs are very expensive and little things like that, but the state income tax alone is going to save you a bunch. So something to consider. Probably the last thing, something I kind of alluded to earlier, is the small city feeling within the big city. I live not quite downtown Seattle, but Forest Hill, Capitol Hill area, which is less than a mile from downtown. But it's still very quiet. It feels like I don't live in the middle of the city, which is great. But I can walk 5 minutes in any direction and get to Capitol Hill. Shopping and restaurants are downtown. Downtown is a 10-minute walk where there's shopping and all kinds of restaurants and the waterfront and piers and all kinds of cool stuff. But it doesn't feel like such a major, like insane city where there's so much going on that it's overwhelming and you can't keep up and you can't do everything. You kind of have a little bit slower pace, but there is still so much going on. There's so many events and restaurants and things to do, and arenas and just music venues, and Seattle's a big spot for that. So a lot of that comes through here, but it doesn't have that like overwhelming, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm so scared, I don't know how to navigate the city. I can walk anywhere pretty easily. It's easy to get around. The public transport is pretty decent. So it just has like a smaller feel to it, a little bit slower pace, which I like compared to some of those like hustle and bustle of those other cities. So at the end, the few things that I really love about living in Seattle that I think are bringing people here, and if you're coming here not by choice, then they are some reasons to maybe keep you here. I appreciate you guys watching. Again, my name is John Lent. I do real estate in Seattle, and I love doing it, and I love helping you find your new home, sell your current home, make a move, relocate, whatever it is you need to do. I would really appreciate your business. Other than that, feel free to reach out with any questions you might have. And once again, I really appreciate you for watching, taking the time, and hopefully this helps. If there's more you want to know, reach out in the comments and let me know, and I'll continue to make videos. Thanks.